If you don't want to do the house lighting, then what you might want to do is look at some of those wash lights and maybe try and highlight, you know, this bush a little bit and maybe a couple of these just to create a lower level of light. Hey guys, it's Cal from The Lighting Doctor here. I hope you guys enjoy this video with some more great landscape lighting tips. To learn more about landscape lighting, go and check out our website at lightingdoctor.ca. Or if you want to see what a real quality landscape light should look like, go and check out our Try It Before You Buy It offer, where you can get a premium quality fixture at a discounted rate with your very own battery pack, so you can go and test out how that light's going to look and feel what a real premium quality light should look like. So go and check us out at lightingdoctor.ca, or go watch more videos on YouTube just by searching for The Lighting Doctor. Hey Wayne, thanks for your email and your pictures. Yeah, I'll definitely give you some ideas. I think for sure you'll want to use 2 transformers. I would probably try and have one kind of more on this side of the house because there's going to be a fairly long run to the driveway here, and then probably something along here as well. And I think you said you had a power outlet in the middle, which is good because you could probably use like a small transformer for just a couple lights there. The nice thing is, if you can still get Wi-Fi here, then wherever you have those transformers, you can actually have them all communicate on the same app, set them up all the same, so you're not having to set three different run out and set 3 different transformers and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, one thing I am definitely going to recommend for you, because I think it would be key. I'll give you some really good ideas, but I think it's going to come down to, and just because I don't have a full scope of the property, I think I got a pretty good idea. I would probably look at doing something like this, the Try Before You Buy It kit, because what it's going to do is it's going to come with all 3 of the lights that I'm going to recommend, but then it comes with this little battery pack thing too that you can actually plug those lights into, and you'll be able to place some of these lights around so that you can see exactly where you want to put things without overdoing it. Because I mean, you could literally put 60, 70 lights on a property like this. I don't think you need to, and I always recommend start with fewer. You can always add later, and I'll kind of get to that in my video. But if you have an outlet in this front area, yes, then for sure I think you're going to want to throw some accent lights like these guys. And I'll just kind of give you a general rule of thumb is, so these all come with what they call a 20 watt equivalent lamp. So it's an LED lamp. It's about a 4 watt LED lamp. It's still that warm yellow color, but it's the equivalent of about a 20 watt halogen. For anything that's over, I'm going to say 15 to 25 to 35 feet, we'll call it 25 or 20 to 30 feet, you're going to want to upgrade to a slightly brighter lamp, which is about a 35 watt equivalent. Anything that's over 35 feet, you're going to want to upgrade to a 50 watt equivalent lamp, because you're going to need to push that light up there. So keep that in mind as I'm going through some things. But in a front area like this, the reason I brought that up is you're probably going to want to use that 35 watt equivalent, which is a 5 watt LED bulb. It's just a little bit brighter. And keep in mind viewing angle. And I'll keep talking about viewing angle as I go through this, but wherever you want this to look best is where you want to have those lights. So that's why I think you'll need, at least 3 in here. And what I would probably do is probably try and get one somewhere on this side. I would probably try and get one somewhere on this side, highlighting this birch, and then I would probably try and get another one on the other side, so that as you're coming down, you have 1 or 2 of those trees lit up. So I would probably just do that. I don't think you need to put any path lights or anything in there. And again, that's assuming you have a receptacle that you can just put like a small little 4x4 post and put a small transformer in there. Going to the waterfall area, I mean, there is a light. We do have like a water light that you can place right in there. It's got a long lead on it. I think it's a 20-foot lead, so you can make your connections anywhere out here. It is really cool to highlight that. It's a fairly expensive light. It's probably $250 US, but it's built really good and it's going to last a long time. I would say you could maybe put one of those in there, but then everywhere else, I would probably use either a series of accent lights or wash lights, and I would probably say wash lights only because if you use accent lights, I think you're going to have too many hot spots. But the way I like to do waterfalls is kind of stagger them on the sides, where I might have, if it's possible to kind of get one here that maybe shines across and highlights this area, and then you try and get one over here that kind of shines and highlights along this area, and then same thing, but keeping that effect so that you kind of have that consistent back and forth across the waterfall area is something I would do in an area like that. For the house, I mean, I definitely agree with highlighting the larger trees, because again, you could fill these areas with path lights and stuff, but I would use just the standard accent lights, and I would try and highlight a tree like that. I would try and highlight a tree like that. I would try and highlight a tree like that. And then I'll show you some areas along the bed here that I would also do. But then what I think you're going to find is you're going to find some kind of dark spots in between if you just highlight those. So a couple things you can do. I mean, one thing I love doing, if you have room in front of the house, I love accenting entryways or any fronts of the houses where they have like the nice white pillars and stuff, because it really makes them stand out. It's not overly bright, but you also get some reflective light down in your beds, and by having an accent light, same ones that you would use here, shining almost straight up on those 4 pillars, just makes that whole front of the house really stand out, as well as it usually helps highlight the beds a little bit. And if you were to do that, then it's going to eliminate a lot of dark spots, because you're going to have some forefront accent lighting here, and then the house is backlit just a little bit, just very subtly, but it kind of fills like what would be otherwise a dark hole here. If you don't want to do the house lighting, then what you might want to do is look at some of those wash lights and maybe try and highlight, you know, this bush a little bit, and maybe a couple of these, just to create a lower level of light. Otherwise, if you don't do any of that, what I find, and we usually have to come back and add lights later, is that they're going to really like the way these trees look, but then they're going to see a big dark hole here that just looks out of place. So that's again where that try before you buy a kit comes in handy, because then you can actually go do that. You can place your uplight on these trees, place a wash light there, and kind of see how that looks. Play with that uplight, see how it looks along the house. If you really wanted to go nuts, something I love doing is putting those accent lights and mounting them on the top of the gutters here. And it's really easy to do if that's something you wanted to do. We can kind of talk more about that, but actually mounting those in the gutter and actually having them shine on these second story peaks is something else I like to do as well. So on this side of the driveway coming in these beds, this is where I would try and highlight actually both these pillars. I know this one's kind of behind this bush here, but I like using, I love lighting entryways to whether it be houses or driveways and stuff, because it makes it seem really inviting. And the way I would do that is, if you don't really have a bed around there, you can just use an accent light, or in-ground light, which we use all the time too, because you don't want something that's sticking up that you're going to have to like trim around, because it becomes a bit of a maintenance headache. But an in-ground light like this, just at the base of those, that highlights those pillars and those pots, is a really nice way to light up the entranceway. And then what I would do is I would just focus on a lot of the bigger unique trees in the background. This is where a viewing angle comes in handy again, right? Say we've got this little island lit. Well, I would probably try and get one of the 35 watt equivalent or the brighter uplights on a tree back here. Then I would probably try and get something on this guy here and actually kind of have it shining, like place it a little further back and have it shining through towards this wall, because then what it's going to do is create like some shadowing effects back on that wall. So anywhere where you kind of have some of those, I would try and do that, maybe 3-4 places. And really, again, it's filling those dark spots. So if you have this lit, and you can have maybe 2 or 3 lights kind of doing in the garden bed, shining up against that back wall, it fills those dark areas and it just creates that consistent symmetry. I think one of the things I notice people do a lot is they'll pick 3 or 4 trees and they think they have to get a light on those, whereas I would rather see you use less light but have relatively even spacing in between where you have those lights, because then it looks like it's a natural balance, and you don't have an overwhelming amount of light on one area and then a dark spot on another. So I hope that kind of makes sense. I mean, same thing along this side. This is, and I can't tell 100% where all these trees are just from the pictures, but again, that's where, you know, if you could accent like this and a couple coming in, it would help light that whole entryway. Same kind of concept on this kind of lower driveway area, except you don't have to light every tree. Again, I think if you picked maybe 3 of these along this way to accent them in this area, I would probably use a 50 watt equivalent, so it's like a 6 watt LED lamp, because you're going to want to really shoot that light up a lot higher. I would probably try and get some on some of these trees, If you wanted to, something I really like doing in areas like this, it's my favorite thing to do, but it's a lot more work, is actually mounting some of those accent lights up in the tree and have them shining down through some of the branches. And then what happens is you get this cool shadowing effect. We call it the moonlight effect. So it looks like you have a full moon, but it's lighting from above, and it creates these cool shadowing patterns on the driveway. If you wanted to, that's my favorite way of doing it. It's a lot trickier, only because obviously you got to get on a ladder. It's easy to mount the lights. You can go to YouTube, search Lighting Doctor, tree lighting tips, and you'll see some easy ways how we do that. It's just, you got to be okay with somebody's going to have to get a ladder or a bucket or something to get those lights up. But I know when we're installing something, I love doing it, and it's the number one thing we get commented on and saying, hey, I wasn't sure about that, but it looks amazing. So something to consider for those areas. And then on the address rock, yes, definitely. I don't think a wash light is going to be bright enough. I just had a lot of people comment, because it's an address and you really want it to stand out, I think you're going to want to use an accent light, if not two of them, because it is wider sometimes. Because it's something you really want to show off, having like two accent lights kind of pointed at it from two different angles. And what would be cool is then trying to get a light on this back, again, one of those brighter 50 watt equivalents on this back one, to highlight it behind, creates a cool effect, because you've got the address rock really lit up, and then you've got that cool tree behind it lit up. So it just makes that really, really stand out. And again, it just comes down to viewing angle, right? Where do you want to draw people's attention to is where you want to really focus the lights. And then I think, I'm hoping that gives you some ideas, Wayne. I mean, like I said, there's literally a million things you could do on this property. That's where I think that try before you buy it light, again, looking at this area, if you have those lit up and then you just light up this back tree, you're not going to need a whole lot more, because you're going to see that coming down the driveway as well as from the house area. If there's like a tree or something in between here that you could light up, and then we talked about that other big one. But hopefully that kind of gives you an idea and some perspectives. So let me know. I mean, I'm more than happy to customize a kit if you have a rough idea of how many of those different kinds of lights you'd be interested in. Then I can try and customize something for you. I think a really good start would be with the try before you buy it kit. And what I could do too is just make a note when you make the order. There's like a note section that I'll throw in like a 50 watt equivalent lamp in there too, so that you can kind of see how that's going to look on some of those bigger trees. But that's a good way to start. Or let me know what you think of those ideas, what you like, and then I can put some kits together for you. If there's anything else, Wayne, please do let me know. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video presentation with some great tips and tools on how to go and properly and effectively light up your landscape. And be sure, if you want your own free consultation video, just send me an email at cal@lightingdoctor.ca with a few pictures of your property, and we'll get back to you with some really cool ideas and ways to go and effectively light your property. And be sure to watch the videos after this one for more tips on how to install landscape lighting, as well as how to light up your landscape the best way possible.